Have you ever received something that felt more like a burden than a gift? Sometimes what people give us isn't meant to help, it's meant to control. The Stoics believe that wisdom isn't just about what we do. It's also about what we allow into our lives. If you're not careful, you might be accepting things that slowly drain your peace and power. In this video, we'll uncover 9 things you should never receive from anyone if you want to live with clarity, strength, and inner freedom. Stay with me until the end, and you'll learn how the Stoics handled these traps and how you can too. An apology should bring closure, not confusion. But have you ever noticed how some apologies feel off? They come without real remorse, without change, and sometimes they even make you feel guilty instead. The Stoics believe that actions reveal truth better than words. Epictetus warned us to judge people not by what they say, but by what they do. A person who keeps hurting you and says, "I'm sorry," but never changes isn't truly sorry. They just want things to go back to normal without taking responsibility. Accepting insincere apologies only invites more harm. It keeps the cycle going. A Stoic response: acknowledge the words, but watch the actions. If someone is truly sorry, you won't need their words to prove it. If they aren't, no words will make a difference. Have you ever been given advice you didn't ask for? Some people share their opinions not to help, but to control. They disguise their judgment as guidance and expect you to follow their way. But the Stoics remind us not all advice is worth listening to. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Unwanted advice often feeds that suffering. It makes you doubt yourself, worrying about things that may never happen, or feel pressured to live by someone else's standards. A Stoic understands that true wisdom comes from within, not from the noise around them. That doesn't mean you should ignore all advice, but you should be careful about who you listen to. Does the person giving it live by their own words? Do they truly understand your path? If not, let their words pass like the wind. You are the one who must walk your journey. Make sure the map you follow is your own. Have you ever trusted someone's words only to be disappointed when they didn't follow through? Promises can sound comforting, but without action they mean nothing. The Stoics taught that expecting too much from others leads to unnecessary suffering. Epictetus warned us, "It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them." When we believe in empty promises, we set ourselves up for frustration. People often make commitments out of impulse, guilt, or even to keep us waiting. But a Stoic doesn't rely on words, they rely on reality. Instead of clinging to what someone said they would do, observe what they actually do. If they keep proving unreliable, adjust your expectations. Let go of false hope. Trust actions, not words. That way, no broken promise can ever break your peace. Have you ever felt guilty for something that wasn't really your fault? Some people use guilt as a tool to control, to manipulate, or to keep you tied to them. But the Stoics remind us, you are only responsible for what is truly yours. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. If someone makes you feel guilty for setting boundaries, choosing yourself, or not living up to their expectations, that guilt isn't yours to carry, it belongs to them. True guilt comes from wrong actions, not from disappointing others. If you've done wrong, correct it. But if someone is using guilt to make you feel small, step back. A Stoic does not live under the weight of false guilt. Instead, they walk forward light, free, and in control of their own mind. Have you ever noticed how some compliments feel more like a trap than a gift? Praise can be genuine, but it can also be used to manipulate. The Stoics warned against becoming too attached to approval because what people give, they can also take away. Epictetus taught, if you want to be free, do not desire what is not in your control. Praise feels good, but if you depend on it, you give others power over your emotions. One day they lift you up, the next they withhold their approval, and suddenly you feel unworthy. A Stoic doesn't reject praise, but they also don't chase it. They measure their worth not by what others say, but by how they live. Accept praise with gratitude, but don't let it define you. Your true value is found in your actions, not in someone else's words. Have you ever felt pressured to be someone you're not? People will expect things from you sometimes without even asking if it's what you want. They'll assume you should act a certain way, follow a certain path, or meet their idea of who you should be. But the Stoics remind us, you are not here to live for others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If you let others' expectations control you, your mind will never be at peace. You'll constantly feel like you're failing, even when you've done nothing wrong. A Stoic does what is right, not what pleases others. If an expectation is unfair, let it go. You don't owe anyone a version of yourself that isn't real. Instead, live by your own principles, free from the weight of what others demand. Have you ever walked away from someone feeling drained, as if they took all your energy without giving anything back? Some people carry negativity like a storm cloud, spreading doubt, anger, and fear wherever they go. But the Stoics remind us, you don't have to accept what others bring. Seneca once said, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Your mind is like a garden, whatever you allow and will grow. If you surround yourself with negativity, it will take root, clouding your judgment and stealing your peace. A Stoic guards their inner world. That doesn't mean avoiding people who are struggling, but it does mean choosing who you let influence your mind. If someone only brings negativity, don't carry their burden. Protect your energy and focus on what makes you stronger. You are responsible for the thoughts you keep. Have you ever been given a gift that came with hidden strings? Some people offer money, favors, or possessions not out of kindness, but as a way to gain control. The Stoics remind us, anything that makes you dependent on someone else can also take away your freedom. Epictetus warned, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. If you accept gifts without caution, you might find yourself trapped, obligated to return favors, compromise your values, or feel indebted in ways you never agreed to. A Stoic values self-sufficiency over material gain. If a gift is given freely, accept it with gratitude. But if it feels like a chain, it's better to walk away. True freedom comes from needing less, not from taking more. Never trade your independence for temporary comfort. Have you ever been told to fear something just because someone else does? Fear can be passed down like a habit through society, family, or those who want to keep you small. But the Stoics remind us, most fears are illusions created by the mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Many beliefs are shaped by fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. But when you accept fear without questioning it, you let it control your choices. A Stoic challenges fear with reason. Instead of blindly accepting limits set by others, they ask, is this fear real, or is it just someone else's doubt? If a belief keeps you weak, it's time to let it go. You are meant to live with courage, not with borrowed fear. Life is full of things people try to give us, some helpful, some harmful. But the Stoics teach us that we have the power to choose what we accept. If you let in insincere apologies, empty promises, or toxic guilt, you invite chaos into your mind. If you chase excessive praise or bow to unfair expectations, you give away your freedom. And if you absorb negativity, material bribes, or fear-based beliefs, you weaken your own strength. But a Stoic stands firm. They do not take what does not serve them. They guard their peace, protect their energy, and walk their own path. Now, ask yourself, what have you been accepting that you need to let go of? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video helped you, consider subscribing for more Stoic wisdom. Remember, true power lies in what you choose to receive.